A story we told you a few weeks ago ended up being a happy ending for a dog and her owners after she fell off a cliff at pictured Rocks National Lakeshore. In this month's Hometown Heroes, we meet the group that volunteers in helping out in these types of situations. Pictured Rocks National Lakeshore is an adventurous paradise in all 4 seasons. But if you're not careful, Mother Nature may not be your best friend. And it wasn't one cold January night for 3-year-old pup Dancer.
We received a call that there was a dog that had fallen over Miners Castle. It's a large cliff system, and we received the report that the dog had perished. So immediately we evaluate kind of the safety and risk involved of putting people at risk, and that's how we got tasked with this. So. After receiving the call that there was a dog involved, we organized a small group of people who were local, talked over the scenario and different ideas, and we made a choice to go and grab the dog as early as possible in the morning. We assumed it was going to be a bad task.
Tyler Davis, Eric Olson, and Wesley Schaefer are volunteers of Superior High Angle Professionals, also known as SHARP. They are an interagency task force created to facilitate search and rescue operations in a vertical or non-vertical space. Based out of Munising, it's the perfect location to help people or animals in need of help.
Our mission is to basically assist in the national park when they need people to be on ropes. So anything that would be considered like high angle rescue scenarios, or if they need extra people to, carry someone out in a litter. So we're kind of there to help them. We're almost there like surgeon blade is what they like to call us, where there's specific things that maybe the park rangers can't do, so they bring us in to do those things.
Some missions for this group don't have good outcomes, but in Dancer's case, the SHARP team were her heroes.
Assembled our team, assembled our gear in the morning. We went out to the area, had to do a little bit of searching to try and find the animal. We talked through a few scenarios, and then we entered the scene. So we roped up, went over the cliff line, and ended up locating the dog. So from that point, we were quite surprised to find she was alive.
Plans were changed, and the mission was to get Dancer and reunite her to her owners who were in town from Minnesota.
We, secured the dog, got the dog back up and out of the cliff line, back to a warm car. She was happy in belay parkas and, piled and warmed up. And from that point, we were just overjoyed. We securely left the scene and got her back, and, immediately started the process of changing our whole thought process on, this is a positive story. We need to hurry and alert the owners, that we're all surprised. So.
These are not just volunteers who have a passion for the sport of ice climbing, but who use their talent to help others.
Anytime that we can actually help a person is always super, super valuable. Last year we did assist in a body recovery for a family, so that was really important. I do think, though, sometimes the dog rescues, because this is technically our second one, are kind of the more heartwarming scenarios, and they're super fun, and but for the most part, I think just we have such a unique skill set to give back to the community that, not every policeman or park ranger or ambulance driver can do the things that we do. So I think just us being able to do that is really rewarding.
And making a difference is the best reward there is.
Going into, a scenario where, an animal, which, almost everyone has had growing up, has perished, you mentally prepare for that. So when we came across her and it was the opposite side of that, it's like, it's almost, your mind is a little gripped as well. So you're like, I'm not expecting that. Mm-hmm. But everyone's, super excited, and Dancer was as well.
One is just knowing, Eric said, we're a supportive group to other rescue teams, and just understanding our role is in that high vertical terrain, and that is where a lot of us work as guides, and we're taking people out on that every day. It's one, just helping us to be even more familiar and comfortable in that terrain, but also just to know like we want to give back to this climbing community that we really appreciate. Not to say that we only assist with climbing incidences, but it's a community directly related to one we're a part of. So it's just nice to provide for that.
Sharp covers the whole Upper Peninsula, and they have trainings throughout the year to keep up to date on best practices to help. For more information, visit our website, upmatters.com.